What's up, you guys? Eddie at Fliptroniks. I'm going to be giving you my long-term review on the Nokia 7.1. All right, so this phone has been amazing. You know, I've used it for over a week now, pretty much every day, and, you know, I'm pretty much blown away by how the phone performs. Now, I wanted to show it in its box because I thought Nokia did a really good job for the packaging on this phone. I will have a link in the description as, you know, we're going over it if you want to check it out. But currently, you know, right now, I think this phone is probably one of the best that you're going to be able to get as far as being an unlocked phone for under $350. Now, one of the things I want to go over are some of the specs of the phone. The phone has a 5.8-inch display. It's got a Snapdragon 636 processor that really runs, you know, some of the highest graphic games extremely well. Now, I've had a chance to test some of those games out, like Into the Dead 2, Tekken, just a couple examples, and, you know, it had no issues playing some of these really high graphic games. The phone has 64 gigabytes of storage, so, I mean, you can put a lot of stuff on this. You can also add an SD card to it if you want. It's got a 3060 mAh battery that's built in. I think that's the perfect battery size for as big as this phone is. So, I mean, it does a good job with that. As far as, you know, the camera on here, it's got an 8 megapixel front-facing camera, which is excellent. And then, of course, you know, the back camera on this is a 12 megapixel. So, I mean, the camera is pretty solid. You know, it is good. Some other things that I got to mention about this phone, it's really loud. That was one thing that I haven't really seen anybody point out. So when it comes to like listening to music, playing games, and just watching videos, it's really going to blow you away. So I'm going to load something up here in just a second, but, you know, let's just take a look at the design of this phone one more time. Like I said, it's got a really fresh design on it. It's nice to hold. It's also got a fingerprint sensor on the back. Just a really slick looking phone. All right, so the game that I want to test out, so we can test out some of the volume, is going to be, of course, Left to Survive. It's like my game of choice. As it loads up here, I'll make sure we got the volume blasted so you can really hear, you know, what this phone can do. But it is just, it's just incredible how good this phone is. All right, so we're almost loaded up here. Now, the other thing that I want to point out, you know, right now, over the course of the next year, this phone is still going to be a really good option, you know, for pretty much everybody out there, you know, that's looking for a mid-range price phone. The price will drop as time goes by, but this is just a super impressive phone. So I hope you guys enjoy some of the gameplay once again on Left to Survive, and I really just want everybody to hear the sound quality on this phone because it's just ridiculous. It is super loud. I mean, it's just a really loud phone. And of course, the display looks really nice. And this is another high graphic game that you can really kind of just see how the phone performs. All right, cool. I'm going to take it back to the home screen real quick. Okay, so another thing that I got to mention is that it is very easy to hold this phone one-handed with that, you know, the size of it. So, I mean, holding it's easy. You know, you can do one-handed. You know, and I'm just loving it. Like, I didn't have the highest expectations for this phone going in, mainly because I'm used to, you know, testing out some more of the higher flagship type phones like, you know, the Note 9 and, you know, the iPhone XS Max right now. But, you know, this phone is excellent. I think it's got a great price point. It's going to drop as time goes by. And I think even, you know, a year or so from now, it's still going to be a great phone overall. You know what I mean? And yeah, so as far as like some closing comments here on my long-term review for the Nokia 7.1, I'm really just blown away by how good this phone is. I mean, it is really good. Plays some of the highest graphic games really well. It's got a nice display, battery life solid. The camera is good, you know, for taking pictures, and you know, it's awesome. So I'll have a link in the description for it. Hit me up in the comments below if you have any questions or comments. I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching this, and we'll see you guys later.